You gotta turn down the volume. Hello. Hold on.
Everybody.
No, that's up. Oh, man, you press. Don't touch anything. Okay, so.
Is there an echo still? Can you guys hear?
Sorry.
us?
Hold on.
You're like giving them.
Two of me. There's 4 people on here.
Oh, hi everyone.
Hello.
We are figuring it out. Hold
Hang
on.
on a second.
We're trying to figure out how to live stream all together. Except for Ruby, who's being shy, but I think she might join our live stream later.
Okay.
After she eats dinner.
Is that?
Yeah, but now it's
No, it's good.
okay. Hi everybody.
Hello.
Can you hear us? Let us know in the chat.
It's going to be on here. I swear there. Your mic is muted.
Hi everybody. Can you hear us?
Hello. Nobody's saying.
Hello everybody. Type it in the chat because yesterday they couldn't hear when I tried to do it this way. I muted my thing and my iPad would not work. I don't know why. Hello everyone.
Hello. Why is this not sending? Oh, Carol can hear us.
Oh, good. Hi, Carol. Is that our Carol?
No.
No, different Carol. Hi, we have lots of Carols, just FYI. That
There's
doesn't
a
mean you're
popular-
not our Carol. You're just not the Carol I've known since I was 28. Oh, hello, everybody.
Okay.
So, are people here? Like, how many people are here?
7 people.
7 people. Woohoo, we're getting famous. I wanted to show you though, if you were on the live stream yesterday, I wanted to show you how some of the papers turned out. This isn't all of them, of course, but it's some of them. I can't see what I'm showing.
You're good. You're good.
So look at how well those strawberries turned out.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they pretty? And then the tulip, like perfect.
Nice.
And I love these little flowers here. Turned out really pretty.
Nice.
So there's that. These are those library cards that I did. I think this one turned out pretty. I don't know, you guys. Now I know. Do not mix avocado and cranberry. Make concrete gray. When I was showing these this morning, like this one, you could really see the pink.
I think it still looks
camera,
pretty.
and in here it just looks like straight up gray to me.
I think it looks pretty.
Well, it doesn't look like bright fuchsia cranberries. It's gray like concrete. So a couple of gray ones. It's kind of a purpley gray, I guess, but definitely not what I was expecting. These are the avocado papers. You can see the lace showed up really well there and here. That one pretty. Can you see?
Yes. Sorry, I need to get on.
So all of these. So anyway, I'm gonna maybe use some of those today while we're crafting.
I think I'm going to have this idea for a bookstagram that's also artsy. And I think I'm gonna try and make it for my book that I just finished reading.
Cool. And then Ruby is going to draw some angels for a commission client that she has. And I am going to show you, well, I thought it would be fun to, while we're crafting, to talk about books. So only Adrienne can see the chat. She's going to be paying attention to it. So if you have questions about your book or you want to talk about writing.
Well, I said we were going to talk about our books and also so like our projects that we're creating.
Yeah, we can talk about our projects too. But first, can I just show you guys the books I got today? Because the YMCA down the street from our house, like literally on the corner, is having apparently a ginormous book sale as their big fundraiser in a couple of weeks, mid-May, so about a month. And the woman who works there, like the manager, put on Facebook Marketplace these. This is 8 Reader's Digest condensed books. And they were 8 of them for $10. And so I messaged her. I was like, are they still available? Because they'd been up for a couple weeks. And she's like, they are. And so I bought them, and then I asked her, do you have any other old books? Because I really love them. I use them to make journals. And she said, actually, the YMCA is having this big thing, and they have a warehouse full of books. Ooh. And in her office, she had some boxes of them. And if I wanted to come look at them and take the ones I wanted, buy them now, I could. So she let me preview.
Wow.
It wasn't all of the books by a long shot, but there was 5 or 6 boxes of books, and I got some really cool ones. So first I'm going to show you these are my 2 favorite of the Reader's Digest. They're from the 50s. Look how they have really cool pictures. But what I love about these Reader's Digest condensed books is not necessarily the insides, although these really old ones do have pretty cool pictures.
Oh, I love that one. I feel like some of those you should take out and like frame.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
Make like a old book picture gallery wall. It'd be really cool. You should do that. Save some of those really pretty ones. Yeah.
Cool. So anyway, I love the covers on these. The older ones have the best covers. So these 2 are from the 50s. Let's see. This one is 1955 winter. So it's got snowflakes. What books does it have? The Reason Why, My Several Worlds, My Brother's Keeper, Good Morning, Miss Dove, and The Darby Trial.
Wow.
And then this one is autumn of 1954. I think this might be like at the start of when they started. I don't think there's many that are much older than this, if there's even any. So I love this cover. It's unusual because usually it's like, it's like this where it covers the whole thing. So I've never actually seen one that's just a strip like that, but it's really pretty. Yellow with the leaves. This one has The Dollmaker, The Anatomy of a Crime, Love is Eternal, Around a Rusty God, and The High and the Mighty, autumn 1954. Then these 2 are the 60s. Oh no, not that one. These 2. Okay. These 3 are from the 60s here. So I've got 3 that are from the 60s. I love this one in particular. So these don't. 67. Yeah, these 3 are from 1967. But the covers are so cool, and they are going to make really great journals. They're real sturdy books. The covers are like nice and tight. The binding, they still had their. I took the dust covers off, but they had their dust jackets still, so the covers are nice and clean, except for the older ones. These are from the 80s, and the covers, they're pretty, but they're just not as special. Like you can see the quality is not as good, but they're kind of pretty. But what I like about these 80s ones, and I'm a little bit afraid that you guys are gonna like.
Oh, I like that green one on the bottom. I didn't see that.
But you guys, that is really pretty. But you guys are gonna revolt because I'm gonna take pages out of books today, you guys. Because I'm gonna finish making a junk journal today. But what I like about these 80s ones, first of all, look at that color. But what I like about these is each one of them has this piece of art in the front it's just a page almost by itself, and it has some art. So that has Pacific Beach by Nita Engel. So pretty.
Nice.
And this one has, look at that one. 3 Candles by Marc Chagall, 1939. I don't know why, if it's just like to give some in the, these, what do you call this first page? It's like a front piece or something.
Yeah.
It has, let's see how the aging here. I love that. And then this one has Wilderness March, also by Nita Engel. So I'm going to take those art pages and you'll see what I'm going to do with them. But I also got these. Those are the ones I bought from her. And then I went back and these are the ones I got when she let me dig through. This one makes me so excited because it's the Jungle Book.
Mm-hmm. You should tell them illustrated our family history with the Jungle Book.
Yes, so my grandma, Adrienne. Oh, look at that! Can you see that? That is a like an Easter seal sticker or something from 1958, right here. And it has a book plate from Karen Concubi. It's illustrated. Look how pretty. I didn't even really look. It was kind of uncomfortable. 1948. So this is got a copyright of 1940. Well, it's got a copyright of 1895, but this edition is 1948.
Her grandmother worked for Disney on the movie The Jungle Book, and she was
a color girl.
A color girl.
Oh, this is illustrated.
It's our claim to fame.
That's our claim to fame. Art runs in our family.
Okay.
Is there any questions in the chat? Are you watching?
No, nobody's saying anything in the chat. You guys are so quiet.
Let us know you can hear us. Say hello. Ooh.
I'm trying.
I wonder how old that square of toilet paper is. Do you think that's a square of toilet paper from 1948?
Maybe.
It's reading it on the toilet. Possible. I'm just saying. Okay, so I got The Rise of Universities. I just thought the cover was cool. I don't think there's much in here. The inside is not illustrated or anything, but I like the cover. Mm-hmm. This is a 1970 edition of a 1957 book. That's cute. And I like this one too, Medieval Feudalism. I feel like somebody was studying this in college back in the days when a college textbook cost $1.50.
Oh man, that's
just
the days.
Saying. This is 1971 edition of because this was published by Cornell University. I feel like these must be textbooks, but like they both cost $1.50 and $1.45. Not a thing anymore. I thought this one was so pretty. It's got like a hydrangea in the front, or a wishy. Oh. Is that a wishy or a hydrangea? It looks like a mix. I think it's a wishy.
It's like a dandelion.
Yeah, dandelion. And it has like, it's on the cover as well. So the cover, this is going to make a really nice cover, like a paper cover.
Oh,
and this is going to be a nice card.
So people are silently commenting.
Oh, good.
Abby says hello. Hi, Abby. Nancy says, do you have any stills from her work?
My grandma.
No, I don't think we do.
She was a color girl, so she wouldn't have had it.
It was collaborative.
She was coloring in. Look at the pictures in this one.
We just have the movie.
Can you see on your computer?
Oh yeah, I can. Nice.
Yeah, so this one has
hold it down a little more.
Really pretty watercolors. I love this deer in particular.
And
so it's poems and art.
Carol.
Could any sound be more dainty?
Carol says, have you thought of gluing all the pages and then cutting a big hole in it as a treasure box?
Yes, we've done that with these kind of books.
It's pretty messy to do.
I'm going to show you these two later because they actually I didn't get today. Those, but I'm going to use them today. I got 3 little golden books. This one is called The Four Puppies. It's actually an older one. You can tell because it costs 39 cents. But the golden cover is coming off. But that's okay. It's super cute. Look at the cover. Look at the little squirrel. I wonder how old this is. 1973 printing, 1960 book. So it's got a lassie dog and her puppies. So it's got really cute pictures, pretty pictures. My little book, Golden Book About God. I want to put together a book for my sister, so I'm collecting some images and book thingies for her. And this one, oh my gosh, though, look at that.
Wow.
So wow. Cute. Look at the little girl. Oh, look at that earth one. I love that. So, okay, so I got this one, and it is. This one has, so if you ever see a book and it has this, what do you call that? UPC barcode, yeah. Thank you, Ruby. If it has a barcode, then it's, I think 1976 is when they started. So this book is 1984. Oh, it's got to be older than that. Because it has a website in there. So I don't know. It's a newer edition, but it's an older book. So it's like a new edition of a 1956 book. It doesn't say when it was printed. But just the fact that it has goldenbooks.com on the inside means. But it's the inside is the same. So these are Eloise Wilkins illustrations. And this is all probably similar. It's like a classic book. Oh yeah, because it even says right there, classic. It's definitely these are. But I love the Saggy Baggy Elephant. I actually have an older copy of this. This is it's just, you can tell it's newer. These are new. But the pictures in this one, look at some of these are so fantastic. Look at the little elephant and the lion.
Carol says that she loves the little elephants.
Yeah.
She loves vintage books and anything vintage. She's been decluttering and she's found her mother-in-law's hand crocheted pot holders that look like little dresses. She said she'll have to send you a pic. Yes.
So this is The Real Mother Goose. This book I loved. I had this book when I was little. It's actually look at this, is so funny. Look at all of the printing. So this is a 72nd printing. The original printing was in 1916 and this one is a 1981 edition, or the printing. So it's the same book. It's just
Abby says she thinks she had that one.
I did too, for sure. But the pictures are so amazing. I was very excited when I saw this one. It makes me very nostalgic because I definitely had this book when I was little. Look at Robin Hood. Robin Hood is my favorite story. One of them. Anyway, so these are 1916, but look at Humpty Dumpty. Anyway, I was very excited by that one. This is Treasured Tales of Christmas. I'm definitely going to have to put together a Christmas book because I keep finding Christmas books, pages. Oh, that says to Mary, Nicholas, and Elizabeth from Mary and Bunky Froman, December 25th, 1982. It's a 1980 book. Ooh, sorry.
Careful.
But the pictures in here are really cute. Like, look at the little dog and the squirrels and the bunnies. Look at the pretty Christmas tree. So I'm gonna just put together a Christmas book. I grabbed this one without even really looking through it, just because I could tell it was a picture book. We live in Amish country. I see Amish like carts and horses and stuff often, and I don't know. I thought this was kind of cool. How old is this one? It's got a weird like stapled binding. 1983. Somebody donated like their 80s book collection. So, oh look, it's got some really cute, or really nice full-size pictures. That little girl is like inspecting her horse. Yeah, this is what we see all the time. Sometimes you get stuck behind one. Anyway, I got the Amish Across America. And, this one made me the happiest. I may have embarrassed myself.
Oh, it's so pretty.
No, but look. You ready?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yes. So it's got it.
Oh. Ooh, is it a map on the inside, like a poster?
Yeah, so the cover is, oh my goodness.
It's a star map. Aw.
The inside, it's torn though.
Oh.
It's got like a giant hole in the middle, but whatever. The inside is a star map. How cool is that? And then, but huh?
I want that star.
You want the star map? Ruby is claiming the star map. Oh, there's the piece that tore off. It was like hanging on by a thread. You might be able to take that in. This cover is incredible. So, but the pictures in here, I have a paperback of this book.
This is a cool poster.
This one is way better. Look at these though, Adrienne, look.
Oh, wow. Those are cool.
Yeah. So this is super cool. I really got excited. This was $1. This is a 1962 edition of a 1952 book.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
So, and I love the color of this, like just the blue and white. It feels very galaxy-ish. So anyway, and I got one other book that was the one I'm going to work in today, and I don't want anybody to like faint or anything because I'm going to make this book into a traveler's notebook.
She's going to do surgery on it.
I am. This is Louisa May Alcott, who is my favorite author of all time. The book is Rose in Bloom. The lady, when I went, this is a modern abridged edition, so it's probably not quite as old as it looks. It is. It's 1952. I mean, it's not as old as it would have been written in the 1800s, but the cover, though, look at it. Look. But it's falling apart. The binding is real broken. It's kind of hanging on by a thread. I love these front pages. It's got some fantastic illustrations. I don't know who did this. Like, look at that.
Wow.
So the lady that worked at the YMCA was so excited to show this to me. She was like, "Oh, show her." Both of their names were Jen. And Jen 1 said to Jen 2, "Show her Rose and Bloom." And I was like, "Oh yeah, show me Rose and Bloom." And then I was like, "I definitely want to buy Rose and Bloom. It's mine." It is. The spine is broken, so I'm going to make a new spine for it, or at least reinforce it. I have to see, because it is actually. I don't know. It's not, the spine itself actually feels pretty sturdy. It's not attached anymore. So I'm going to take the book block out. This is the book block, and I'm going to make this into a traveler's notebook that will hold 3. And the reason why, so these I already had made, and I was wanting to make a traveler's notebook this is B6 size, so it's about 5 by 7, and this book is the exact right size. I mean, it's just the exact right size for these.
It is.
So I'm going to bind these. They're not bound. This is what I'm going to work on today. They're not bound. I'm going to add a few more pages to each one. So I have 3 that I'm working on. These are the covers that I picked. This was, remember I got this book at the in the $1 ephemera box. I paid almost twice the original price. This was a cover of that book about how and why of horses. Super cool, like, I don't know, probably 60s, 70s cover at the inside. And then this was a seed catalog. I just really liked the color of this one. It's not old though. I think something I got in the mail. I like this weight for a cover for these. It's just enough heavier than, and I really like to use paperback book covers as the covers for these. So this is from a children's book called, let me see what it's called, just Fables by Arnold Lavelle. So those are that's what I'm going to work on. Oh, so these are books I'm going to take pages from. These are ones I already had in my collection. So this is let's see how, this is a 60s. I know it's 60s, or maybe 62, 63, just Sunset Basic Gardening Illustrated. So it's got some gardening pictures. I'm going to put one of these in each of my things. And this is a reproduction. I got it at our Ollie's, which is like a discount store. So the original price is $25, but I bought it for $5. But it's a complete reproduction of a 1950s Better Homes and Gardens decorating book.
Oh.
I'm not sure what made them think most people would want something like this, other than me to take apart or to look at for fun. But like, you wouldn't probably take the the decorating advice
or a coffee table book.
Yeah, coffee. So I'm going to take a couple of pages out of this one too to put in my books. I don't want anyone to faint on me or get upset.
Nobody is saying anything about getting upset.
Okay. So I got this one at like it had been remaindered, and I got it at Ollie's. So that's what I have going on. How about you, Adrienne?
I was going to work on that art project, but I can't screen share on my iPad, so I can't screen share Procreate so that you guys could see what I'm working on. So I can't do that. So I think I'm going to work on making an author branding kit.
Are they going to be able to see that?
Yes, because I can screen share on my computer, but I can't get Procreate on my computer.
Yeah, this poor binding is like.
So, what are you working on, Rubella?
I'm gonna work on I'm gonna work on some bookmarks that somebody asked me to make for them.
She might even be on the call.
I don't know. Krista's here.
So I should message Krista and tell her to watch.
That's not nervous.
All right, so this is really easy. It was just held on by 2 little strips of paper. I don't think this is. I just used my little box cutter, and I'm gonna trim this up.
Oh, sorry guys. I'm trying to make this look.
Is anybody, what's going on in the chat? Anything?
No, just people watching.
What are you guys? Once you talk, what are you guys working on? What are your writing projects right now? Who's here?
We have, I can't see who's here. We have Abby is here, or she was here. Michelle Miller was here.
Hi, Michelle.
Carol Schoenig was here.
Hi, Carol.
Bonnie Boo. I'm sorry, I can't say your last name, but Bonnie was here. Nancy Simmons was here.
Hi, everybody. I had to turn in my brief for my second my second reverse harem cover today. And that was really hard. It's not easy to do stuff like that when you haven't, Yeah. Lizzie, I need a piece of paper and a pencil.
I am, everybody can see well, you can see that I'm shopping for overalls. Sorry. You can see what I'm looking for on Amazon. But what I'm looking for, because I'm doing research that I can make somebody put on our, what do we have? We have I lost my train of thought. We have
With my cutter roof.
for the author branding kits, you can get on a request list, and somebody requested fantasy romance. So I'm gonna research stuff for a fantasy romance author branding kit.
Nice.
I hope that you guys can still hear me because it's not showing me on the screen, but it says I'm still here. Well, it's because that was the best view, because otherwise it's going to be my share screen was really big and your little square was tiny.
Leave in the chat if you can hear Adrienne, please.
I think they can. It says I'm still on there. Guys are so quiet today. So what are you working on writing wise?
Me?
Yes.
I am working on my third nonfiction. I am working on my edits for my YA novel. Did you give me a pencil there? My YA novel. Sorry. My YA novel that's called 312. Which is my agent wants it, and I've been not sending it to her for
too long,
a very long time, and I need to send it to her, so there's that. And that's what I'm working on. How about you?
I am working on, okay, Nancy says she can hear me. Good, because if you can't hear me, then you won't be able to hear Shaunta. I'm working on like YA, I guess would you say it's paranormal or urban? Probably more urban fantasy romance-ish, romance light. A slow burn romance, because it's going to be a series and I'm working on writing it to market, so that's fun. And then I'm about to start a new project that's going to be short nonfiction, and it's going to be short books on, I have a degree in art history, and I just really love looking at art, and so it's going to be short books about how to look at art. So how to look at Picasso's paintings, and what to notice and all of that stuff. So I have a couple projects that one that I'm getting ready to start working on, and one that I'm
super excited for the we have a workshop starting on the 1st, and it's creating short nonfiction. It's like self-publishing short nonfiction books, and I am going to do the work with class, and I think I'm going to write books about making junk journals. I did some research last night, and there's just not very much out there for that. Like, just not much at all.
Yeah. I think it would be cool if you did a series of like Shaunta tries, and they're just like books where you try different things.
We call it Shaunta.
Yeah, Shaunta tries.
You're weird.
I would read them.
Well,
I'm sure
would.
Everybody here would read them.
Yeah. Everybody here hasn't even read my novels.
You don't know that.
Everybody here. Oh, you mean on the call? I meant
I've read your novels.
You're not everybody here. Neither is Ruby.
Well, everybody that is here.
I thought you meant everybody in the house, and you meant everybody online. So that's my template for that, just in case anybody's curious. I think I really want to add this to one of my books.
I'm trying to decide if this is a romance book.
What?
The Vine Witch by Luann G. Smith.
I wonder who cut that off. That's weird. Isn't that weird? Like somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Weird. I wonder what was there that caused somebody to cut that off.
I
want to add a page from this book to each. Oh, there.
What are you guys working on writing? What are your writing projects?
Aside from I'm not ready to work together. Anybody answering? Are you guys being quiet and mysterious?
They are. This is a fantasy romance, so that's a good one.
Yeah. What is it? What book is it?
The Vine Witch by Luann G. Smith.
The Vine Witch?
Yes.
What an odd name.
It's the name of the book.
All right, guys. Amina, don't faint on me.
Oh, Lady Lonnie's here. She says
Hey, Lonnie.
She's working on the same old stuff, but at least on book 5. Wow, book 5. Urban fantasy.
Oh, her book is so fun.
Yeah.
We had to have her book is so fun that it required us to have an entire discussion about tails. Like,
yeah,
how do you know if you have a tail? And then she's like, "That's not what I meant."
Michelle Miller.
Kevin, come on.
Really?
Kevin,
We're doing important work here.
You're interrupting our live stream.
Okay, Michelle Miller is currently in research mode for her novel. It's going slow. What is your novel about? He says, LOL. This is real life.
Real life of a loud person. Okay. Who said?
Kevin just gave you a look.
Okay, who else said? Leilani said what she's working on, and what was somebody else said?
Michelle Miller said, currently in research mode for my new novel, Going Slow. But I want to know what her new novel is. What kind of book is it?
Maybe it's called Going Slow. No.
I don't know.
Is there a period?
Oh, retelling, probably horror, fairy tale, possibly. Ooh, a horror fairy tale. I like that. That
I do
sounds
too.
fun.
Retelling of wit. If you want to share, you don't have to, but I'm curious, like what?
Yeah, which fairy tale do you think it is?
Do you know Nicole Brown is writing a retelling? It is telling writing a book from.
Oh, it's Michelle's first novel.
Oh, fun. And what is it? Or just not sharing? It's okay. So I wanted to take out these art pictures.
Okay. Oh, Luann G. Smith uses a fun font.
On YouTube? You can do that?
No, on her website.
Oh.
A historical fantasy author, she says. Michelle says she's not sure yet. She's going through the more obscure ones.
Obscure
fairy tales.
Very cool.
Shoot. We left May outside.
Where?
And the backyard. She had to go to the bathroom when she was barking before dinner.
Let the dog in.
She's got there for like an hour and a half.
She's fine. She likes being outside. She's saying hello to the neighbors.
She gave up on being patient.
Yeah. She just let out her big old hound bark.
She was like,
Well, I bet though it's because
I'm not gonna get those papers.
Grace's dog came outside, and so she had to say, Bingley, hello. She likes to greet the neighbors.
Makes me so happy.
She has really pretty covers. Luann G. Smith. For its female-centric fantasy.
Is she someone you're considering for?
I think so. Well, the one book I looked at, The Vine Witch, looked like it was had a romance in it. Possibly. This might be more fantasy-centric than fantasy romance-centric. We'll see, though, what I come up with.
So how are you defining fantasy romance? It's like the fantasy story is the plot point?
So the person, well, actually, I don't know if she is here or not, but Margaret Burnison was the one that requested it. And I happen to know her story, her new story pretty well. Or she started sharing it, and it's like a high fantasy, but I don't know that it's so romance though. Like I'm wondering where the romance is. I think it may be
that she wants it to be.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see how it works out. But her story is definitely like high fantasy, not like it's not like an urban fantasy or like where it's set in our. I don't think it's set in our world.
Fairies and high fantasy is like sword and sorcery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe this one. I'm gonna look at some other people.
Dog, stop it.
She's getting back at us because we left her outside. It's a Maybelline. Do you want to say hello to the people?
Maybe.
This is our Maybelline Scout. She is not happy with us because we left her outside. Although I think she liked it. She likes being outside.
More like inside.
Okay. We're big dog people over here.
This one is
You could not tell.
delicate. Almost out of book sheets. I need to take that. Okay.
So what are you doing? What is your
What am I doing?
yes, your process?
Oh, I am folding. So I already have 15 pages in here and I picked 5 or 6 more. Wanted them. I decided when I look at this. So this is going to so these are where I'm going to put the holes, but I'm not ready to do it yet. But so these will get strung. Oh, actually, I messed that up. This is for this. These are the holes for this. Not here. These will just get 3 holes on each side and it'll string with elastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then these will go through there. But I think I can make it a little, it feels a little skinny. So I'm going to add a few more pages to each one.
Yeah.
And then that way, when I'm done using these books, I can take them out. And I might put this one in my Etsy store. I have not decided. I have one like this already. So now I'm just folding the pages. And most of these, I think I'm just going to fold directly in half. But okay, so here's a good example. This one I don't want to fold in half to see what will happen. I'll lose half the picture. So what I'm going to do with this one is fold it like this. So now this one will sew into my box, into my book like this. Like that will be in the crease. This will be a smaller side. You can write on it, but you could also, like, let's say that you had, let's say you had this and you really wanted to put it in your book, you can glue it onto here, right? And it would. Mm-hmm. So I like sometimes to have this thinner thing. And then also this would unfold and be like some journaling space in there. So that way I don't lose any of the picture. That's how it will look in my book. And then it will open like fancy. And I also want to make sure.
Ooh, I think I'm going to do maybe this will just be high fantasy. Because you guys, look at this website here. I'm going to stop. This is the coolest logo I've ever seen. It's so cute. For Jennifer L. Armentrout.
She's a big deal writer.
She is. I think high fantasy, like somebody who's writing stuff that would fit in with like A Court of Thorn and Roses, and
I think of her as
Serpent and Dove.
New adults.
Yeah, that's all the same. Like she's in a similar realm as. I think that's the one that I'm gonna do. But look how cute her. Oh, I can't show you. Oh wait, I can on here. Look how cute. No, it's got like little glasses.
Oh,
let me see. Her logo. Isn't that so cute?
Mm-hmm. Super cute. Did other authors in her realm have cute?
I don't know. I'm gonna look now, but I think Jennifer Armentrout. I think like A Corn of Thorns and Roses fits in here. The Serpent and Dove.
See, there's another foldy one because I like these little green.
She's got a pretty website.
Yeah,
she does.
I wish I had my phone folder. It's not down here.
I need to not look at covers.
Not look at covers.
That's not what this is about.
Oh yeah, they're too distracting.
I don't want to match the covers. Although she's got some really pretty covers.
This one is going to be too big.
Okay.
Too wide. So I'm going to cut off.
Interesting.
This.
Ooh, I love her logo though. That's so cute.
Yeah. Well, look at that couch. I kind of want that couch.
See, she just was talking about who is going to buy this book from
Then
the
I want that-
50s.
I would buy that couch.
This is
If I
why,
saw
because
that
she would
couch
totally
in a thrift store, I'd throw it in a
You
thrift store,
would-
I'd be like,
love to decorate your room as like one of those rooms. You would have that whole room. Maybe not the red carpet, but
not that. That's red shag carpet,
yeah.
and that would be a no. Sparkling color defines a gay, informal spirit. All right, that's going to be the side that shows my gay, informal spirit. Okay, so these are the pages I'm going to put in this one. And so here's what I already have in here. This is from a children's book called, it's a Country Mouse and City Mouse book. And the pictures are so pretty. I love the hummingbird. It's just some painty paper of mine, ledger paper. This is, well, I don't remember what it is, but it's a book page, an old one. It's really nice feeling. But I left this one like this. I just folded it in half because it can make like a, possibly, oh, what is it? A pocket. So what I will do is cut like a little half circle there for a thumb hole so you can see what's in it and make that one a pocket. That is some flowers or some art. Another children's book. This one's got a pocket. Can they see? Am I in frame?
Yes.
I liked that one. So this is just stuff that I liked, right? This is from a book about castles. I actually took the staples out and the whole book came apart. So each page in this book was like this size and it's just folded. So it was perfect for my needs. This is a card. I found these cards at Goodwill last week. They're like pencil drawings of cats. This was from a guest book I got, a vintage one. I really like these. If I find a really cool like embroidery kit or something, especially if it's got some of the embroidery done, I always buy it. But I think that the instructions look really cool in my journals. And somebody highlighted this one, but I keep the thread too. It's the cheapest way I know of to get thread. There's a page from Where the Wild Things Are and another children's book. And now I'm going to add these pages. So what I want is a page. I think I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use a page, pick the middle. So I like to pick a page where I like the outsides a lot, but the inside's kind of boring. Because what I'm going to do is after I've done stitching it, I'm going to glue the sides and make a pocket, and it will hide and protect the stitching in the inside. So I'm going to save that one to be my inside middle part.
Nice.
And then I have a lot of small ones here, so I need to go through and make sure that they're not all, I don't want them all stacked together. Yeah. So you guys should talk to me about your stories. Who is struggling and while we're talking about the part right after the midpoint, which is always kind of hard because this is the part where things start to like really decline for your main character. And it can be hard. You have to be mean to your main character, and that's super hard to do sometimes.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have a hard time being mean to their main character? I do. This needs to be trimmed. I have a hard, oh brother, I made a mess. I have a hard time being mean to my main character sometimes.
Yeah. Why do you find it hard?
Because I like them.
Yeah.
I'm writing this contemporary YA book right now, and it's killing me. The poor main character is like having a really hard time, and I'm like, I could just make her life so much better right now. Look at my
Have the
wrist.
power.
I have the power, Ruby said, and she's right. You should go get your art for. You should do your art for, you know what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, that one is done. So that is this junk journal. I like it. And on to the next one. I don't know, anybody respond about their midpoint?
No, you guys are so quiet.
You have the opportunity to talk about writing right now. How many people are on? Is anybody there?
Yes, we have 5 people here. They're just all being super quiet unless the chat is slow, which that might be the case too.
Yeah. So this one, see, this one I don't want to fold in thirds because then I'm just going to get her disembodied body or just de-headed body. Let me clean it up a little bit. So this one I'm just going to, actually what I'm going to do here is fold this one. I don't want as much of the picture on one side as I can get. I'm going to fold it unevenly. Oh, that is not a good fold, guys. See, so that way I get most of the picture and then I'll just have a small edge on the other side.
Nice.
Yeah. Mixing a batch of potting soil. Because why not? Well, you guys should talk to us.
Ask them a question.
So quiet. Okay. Oh, we should talk about niches. You should research your niche right now about the art history. Go on Uber Suggest. Let's research your art history niche. Or if anybody wants us to research their niche, you should put your niche in there. We're having on Saturday, we're having like a niche researching party in Ninja Writers. And you totally want to be there. I'm just saying. It's going to be so fun. So fun. But we can demonstrate what it's going to be like.
Yeah. So I was doing art history. We could do just art history.
So I would
see,
start with the names of the authors because you're going to make one about an author. So I would find not author, artist. That's what I would do.
I feel like I just spelled her name wrong, but
Would you put Pauline Body?
no. Oh man.
Oh, I looked up Georgia O'Keeffe the other day.
I know. It's not letting me.
She's got 2. Her name is spelled wrong so often that it actually, her wrong spelled name has a really good search volume as well. So what we're looking for here is lots of searches and a low difficulty.
I have to sign in first.
Okay.
And it's not letting me do it. Lonnie said to research productivity, but she doesn't know what kind of productivity. That's not
well, talk to us
helpful.
about what you're working on. No, it's okay. Talk to us about what you're working on, Leilani. Productivity for who? The world, like narrow it down. Who's your niche? Productivity for moms, productivity for working moms, productivity for women, over 40, productivity for what? Who?
Bye, Michelle.
Bye, Michelle. My shoulder can for me. She's sure issued what we can.
She's writing. Oh, for writers.
For writers. So productivity for writers who struggle with what? Finishing, who struggle with like trying to, like, I could imagine and probably would appreciate a book about productivity for writers whose people who live in their house with them don't always believe or understand that they're actually working, writing. That's a thing.
She wrote a post about productivity tools for writers and did one on bullet journaling.
Oh, I love some burn. Oh, what about bullet journaling for writers? That's what you should look up for her. Bullet journaling for writers, see if that's a thing. Bullet journaling is a pretty big topic, so we might have to, so bullet journaling is not something you could probably cover in 15,000 words, so you're going to need to look for a question that people are asking about bullet journaling. So start with bullet journaling, actually. Let's see how many people are even searching bullet journal.
Ooh, well, okay. Oh, it has a hard.
That's okay. How many searches though?
It has 135,000 searches every month.
Click on keyword ideas. Are you in mine?
Yes.
Click on keyword ideas.
I think I'm already on keyword ideas.
No, because does it have a list of all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so look for one that has a green.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see one?
Yes, I do. Bullet journaling doodles, if you're a drawer, has a score of 17 and has 9,900 searches.
Right, any artists out there?
A bullet journal habit tracker has 31. Has a 31 and it has 6,600
so
searches.
Like you could write bullet journal habit tracking for writers.
Mm-hmm.
And
bullet journaling ideas is in the yellow.
What's the number?
It is 56 and 60,000.
That's pretty high.
It is. I'm going to go over to related.
Leilani, is there anything that you do surrounding bullet journaling that's different than what other people do? Something that you've done to make it your own?
What is bullet journaling has a score of 28 and it has 8,000 searches.
What is bullet journaling?
So write that down because you could write a post about that or a book about it.
You could write that. That's a good keyword for a book. So what is bullet journaling? Could be like your series title or something.
I can't remember what you just asked her, but she said probably not. She steals ideas. Oh, she doesn't have. She steals ideas from others.
Oh, so you could do something like steal like an artist, but for bullet journaling. So if we could think about
steal like a planner.
Steal like a planner.
Let's see.
But
what is that?
If you could do something along the lines of
bullet journaling ideas for beginners has it has a score of 34 and has 1,900 searches a month.
What is it?
Bullet journaling for beginners.
It has how much?
Has a score of 34 and has 1,900 searches a month.
Let's go like pretty high. Well, I liked the there was one that you said that had a lower score.
People are searching for apps for bullet journaling. That has an 8 and it has 1,900 searches a month. You could write about that, Leilani, since you were writing about writing tools.
Yeah. Especially if you do, like, if you could try out different.
How to start bullet journaling has a score of 7 and has 1,900 searches a month.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Yeah, bullet journaling apps. There's like 3 of them on here.
But you could just add in 4 writers.
Yeah.
To every like take these titles and just say 4 writers, and then just focus your book on writers.
For what? Oh, did I say Bullet journaling for writers.
Bullet journaling for writers, like how to start bullet journaling for writers. So there's a lot of keywords in here that are pretty good, like 1900 searches. For a book, I almost would want it a tiny bit higher, but not necessarily a whole bunch.
So that she can see on the screen. Before that, okay. So apps, apps for bullet journaling has a competitive score of 8, Leilani, and it has 1900 searches a month. So I think it was apps is what you were looking for. I just made my screen bigger so that you can hopefully read that more. How to start bullet journaling has a competitive score of 7 and 1900 searches. Bullet journaling themes has a score of 14 and it has 1900 searches a month. Bullet journaling setup has a score of 16 and has 1900 searches a month. All of these right here, this list, these are pretty good things for you to write about. That apps one is very interesting to me. I would definitely write about that if I were you, if you use any bullet journaling apps, which I feel like maybe you do, but I don't know, or you might know of some. Bullet journaling examples has a score of 18 and has 1600 searches. A bullet journaling index has a score of 14 and has 1600 searches a month. Well, there's lots of stuff you could be writing about for bullet journaling. Bullet journaling inspo has a score of 17 and it has 1300.
That would be a relatively awkward.
It would be, but if people are searching for it,
yeah, that would be a good blog post. So. Yeah. So this is book tape. It's a little stretchy, so it will bend with the thing. This is a relatively brittle paper, so I'm going to poke holes in it. I don't want to tear it.
Inspo is inspiration, Leilani. It's abbreviated.
Inspo.
What else? I'm going to search now for bullet journaling.
Is anybody else putting something
for writers? No, nobody has.
Guys, this is your awkward.
You guys are being
you should look
shy.
up on Publisher Rocket.
I'm going to look for bullet journaling for writers and see what we get here. Bullet journal writing ideas. Oh, that's not a good one. Yeah, that one is not.
Look up functional bullet journaling for me.
Okay.
If that's I wonder if that's something that people are searching for.
No.
Okay. So functional bullet journaling would be
maybe easy bullet journaling.
How about just functional planning? No, functional would be like the bullet journaling without it being an art project. It would just be like literally. Functional planning is like it's a thing.
It's just planning.
No, it's like it's like it is. It's plain.
Mm-hmm. Not the best. It doesn't have a lot of searches. Functional planning.
How many?
The highest one has a score of 41, but it only has 480 searches. And the other ones have far under 100.
I feel like it's going to get bigger though.
Yeah,
I've been seeing it lately on YouTube, like where
so people, you could get ahead of the trend.
I've noticed lately people on YouTube marking their planning videos as functional, so that people know it's not about like art. It's actually about planning and not art.
Maybe functional journaling. Nothing. Nobody, not one person searches for functional journaling.
You are just the only first person ever in the world.
There's nothing on here. Literally.
How funny. Adrienne just started a trend.
Oh, wait, because it was related. Oh, no. Yeah. There's 0 people search for functional journaling, and it still has a SEO difficulty of 17, even though 0 people search
How
for
is
it.
that even a
I
thing?
don't know.
That's weird.
Well, that's funny.
That is funny. Okay. I'm not sure I'm not putting this in upside down.
Let's look on Publisher Rocket.
Let's look on Publisher. Oh, what were you going to look up? Georgia O'Keeffe? You should do yours and Leilani's, and then you can go do yours and Leilani's over on. What were you going to look up? Georgia O'Keeffe?
Yeah.
For God, sometimes I don't even move and I lose my stuff.
Leilani says, so I could write 3 books using different aspects of what we found. Yes.
Yes. And then your omnibus would be bullet journal.
All of
for
those
writers.
together.
Yeah. Yeah, you could take any of those and just put for writers and then tap into the keyword, but your book would be for writers. Okay, I made my all. Where did you go, all?
I feel like I just spelled her name wrong.
I feel like I'm Leilani's.
No, Georgia O'Keeffe's.
Oh, it has 2 F's, like 3
Yeah.
E's and 2 F's or something.
Oh, I found it. Alrighty. Ooh, she has lots of searches.
But
Georgia O'Keeffe quotes is pretty good, though. Well, kind of. There's a 32 and 1,600 searches.
how is her
Georgia O'Keeffe Facts has 14, a search score of 14, and it has 480 searches.
okay.
I'm going to search. I'm just going to search art history and see what comes up. I wonder if there's specific artists that people are searching for a lot right now, because that's what I want to find. Or, like, are people specifically interested right now in someone?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You should go to who has that art history podcast that's really popular that you like? Who are they talking about?
Art history babes. I don't know. I haven't had time to listen to them recently. Let's look at their episodes they put out.
All right. I am poking my holes.
Their most recent one is talking about social media criticism and searching. You know, I could write a book about how to view social media. That might be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Could write a book like about when artists are canceled, like how to still love someone's art even if you don't agree with their politics or whatever.
no, I feel like I'm not the person for that though, because I feel like when that stuff happens, it ruins it for me.
So you cancel.
I don't mean to, but it's hard to like I don't think I'm going to be able to enjoy, you know, the next Harry Potter movie that comes out, which is really sad to me.
Very. That's how I felt when the movie for Ender's Game came out. I was like, damn you.
Yeah.
Where's the Scott card? Why you have to be a jerk?
I've seen every single Harry Potter movie on opening day since they came out. And I don't even know if I can want, like,
Savage.
yeah,
It's ridiculous.
it is. It makes me feel bad for all the people that are working on that film, and she just, like, ruined it. Although people still get out, like, I'm sure that it's still going to make a ton of money.
They're still making movies. So
Yeah.
they already got paid. They'll be all right. Wish I had my dinner needle up here. Ooh. So I'm using wax thread for this. Wax thread is really good for book binding because when you tie a knot in it, it stays tied.
Oh, Katie Michelson is here.
Hello, Katie. Katie's on our podcast this week. I'm super excited. Oh, here we go. Let me see what I've got in here. Make a needle.
I'm just going to search what's popular in art history. this week.
Artists, trending artists. Well, what about that one guy? I can never remember his French name. He's like, I can't remember. He's a like a graffiti artist.
Oh, Banksy.
Nope. I just said he has a French name. He's
Oh. I know who you're talking about too, but
Banksy.
No. Well, he's like you said graffiti.
I know, but I also said French.
It's Baptiste. Yeah. I don't remember Jean.
Yeah. Some French name, like I told you. See, now I'm doing a pamphlet stitch. So you just start in the middle. Man, this has to stay.
Leilani says that she uses fake sinew for the book bindings that she's done. What's sinew?
Sinew, you don't want to know. It's like cat guts or something.
Ew! Well, at least it's fake.
Thanks for sharing that it's fake, though, Leilani.
What are you talking about?
She uses sinew but fake, so it's not. It's like vegan sinew. Hopefully it's not fake because it's really like cow sinew or something. It's like made out of the muscles or the guts or something.
Why?
I don't know. Because it's probably really strong. Okay, I can't get this in.
Probably. Poor kitty cats.
Come on now, what's happening? Okay.
Biggest art news of 2020. Let's see what they say here. It's a little past 2020.
It's like falling apart because these middle ones were not in my clippy.
For leather, and it's really strong. At least the fake stuff that she uses is.
This doesn't work. I gotta do it again.
Katie Michael says rawhide from cows.
Rawhide.
I don't know. That does not freak me out as much as using thread from cats, which is sad because I love cows. I feel like they're just big dogs.
Oh my gosh. You remember, Ruby, when we went to the county fair and they had that like cow with didn't they have a cow and it
Cow
had
with my hand.
Yeah, but they had like baby
so
cow with like huge brown eyes, you remember?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it needed to have a flower wreath.
I like cows.
All right, needle, go right through. No, I can't get it to go through because my clip isn't big enough to hold these needle. It's like not going through the whole of these. Oh, it's driving me crazy. Okay, I can go through. Now I can't even find the stupid.
Katie
hole.
Michelson has cows. See,
She does?
that's what she says.
What?
I feel like Shaunta always wants a farm, but the problem is that we would have the kind of farm where all of the animals are our pets.
I wouldn't have a cow.
No.
I don't even drink milk. Like even the non like slaughtering reason to have a cow, I don't do. So because milk is
Leilani says she's totally a cat person, so I'm glad you're using the fake. Sinew, then.
I can't get this to go through here. What am I gonna do?
Okay.
Why is this force? Well, no, I need something like longer to hold this. See this? These pieces are not going into my lip. And so it won't stay like straight. And if it doesn't stay straight, then
In January of 2020, we had Gustav Klimt. I wrote a whole long paper on Gustav Klimt that is totally about looking at one of his pieces. Well, let's look at see what he has.
Oh God, that was ridiculous. What? Looking at one of his pieces.
Look, because I wrote a paper about a work of art that he made called The Lady in Gold, and how
that's like his most
the way that people look at it has changed over the years, like how it was created first to be like first it was created for the woman's husband, and like to show the husband's wealth, which is why it's all in gold. And then it was stolen and like after it was recovered during World War II, it was put into a museum, which is not very ethical. And it was became
Did they make a movie about that?
They did, yes. And it became like for most of the 1900s, it was like for like a century, it was like or not a century, but a long time, decades, it was like Vienna's symbol of how they got out of the war, and it was like a big deal to Vienna where it was made and where it lived in a museum. So like a nationalist view almost. And then there was a bunch of controversy in the early 2000s about how it was stolen from the museum. And
it was stolen from the museum?
No, like it was stolen from the family. And then after World War II, when it they recovered, the museum claimed it, and instead of the family wasn't allowed to claim it for some reason. I can't remember why.
Were they not allowed, or did they not try? You know?
I think that they were not allowed. I think that if they had not tried, it would not have been as big of a deal. But I don't know. I read this paper a few years ago, so it's a little fuzzy. And so now it's like a symbol of how museums, a lot of these big museums steal art unintentionally. Well, I don't know how unintentionally. I guess that's subjective, but
how do you unintentionally?
Well, Hitler stole a whole bunch of art, and then it was uncovered. Yes, on purpose. He stole a whole bunch of art because that's what he wanted to do. That was like one of his main motivators, that he wanted to be an artist, and he couldn't get into art school. And then he wanted to make like this gallery that was like the world's biggest museum of art.
Mm-hmm.
And it was going to be like a certain style of art that he was going to claim was like the world's the only style of art that could like exist. So that he was stealing art. Haven't you seen The Monuments Men?
I'm aware of all of this history. I'm just wondering if
that small bit of it.
Yeah, and then it came back, and they didn't like they recovered all this art, and they couldn't find like, or I don't know if they just couldn't find it, or they just I don't think people tried hard enough to find who it belonged to or things like that, and a lot of it just ended up in museums like the Met. And
I feel like I learned more in what you just said than I have an actual history class.
I'm very passionate about this stuff. Okay,
that was actually interesting.
It is
because I didn't know that.
Museums
I had no idea.
Aw, the teacher
are kind of thieves.
Doesn't run far from the tree. Okay, that goes there.
Like it took a long time for the family to reclaim that piece of art. It was like a big deal.
Yeah.
When they should have just been able to reclaim it because it was theirs.
Yeah. For heaven's sakes, I can't. Oh wait, there we go.
Okay, Gustav Klimt.
So what are you looking up?
Gustav Klimt.
But where?
On Uber Suggests.
Okay, so
he has a very high score.
Yeah,
just his name.
I've noticed recently that there's a lot of people talking about him.
I'm going to search the lady in gold. Maybe get more specific.
Okay, I can't tighten this one little string up. Why not? Why is this giving me like such fits? Okay, that goes there. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
What's not saying anything? A lady in gold has a score of 33 and 2,400 searches a month.
Yeah.
That's not horrible.
It's not at all horrible.
What's the name of the lady? It's Adele.
I cannot tighten this one up. It's like the string is stuck in there. What's happening?
That's not
goes
good.
there.
Poor Portrait of Adele Blochbauer. I'm gonna search that. That's the actual name of it.
That gets tightened. That gets tightened. That gets tightened, and then where?
Not as many.
Oh my god, this is gonna kill me. I am never have this much trouble doing this. Okay. Cool. Ah!
Jeez.
You had it. And
Yes.
then...
No, I got it.
Oh.
It was like tightening it, but it couldn't get it to tighten properly. I was gonna have like a big loose string. All right. Just so that you know, this is what you do. You go in one, like up one, down one, and then through this hoop to tie a knot. And then that ties a knot there. That knot is not going anywhere. That's why I needed that to be tightened, because I would not be able to untie it to tighten it later. And then back through the middle. It's sometimes hard to get it right through that last middle one. And that's it. Now you have both strings on the inside. And you just tie a knot here. So right over left. Left over right. Gets you a really nice tight knot that is just really not going to go anywhere. Trim it, and there you go. So
I'm going to search Gustav Klimt.
Okay, I'm going to make, I got one done. Geez, that was way harder than usual, which of course happened while I'm like sitting here with people watching. All right, I'm gonna be right back. After you go upstairs and listen. I'll be right back. Do we still have people watching, or are we like
about 4 people?
Okay. Is Leilani gonna write those books or what?
Now you have to, Leilani, if you're watching.
Garden.
Ruby is playing Animal Crossing, which I do not understand.
Taylor added me back, and I can't even play with her because I don't have Nintendo Online. So now I have to get it so I can play Animal Crossing with her.
You do. Oh, so Leilani, as long as, okay, so let's look on Publisher Rocket. So we saw bullet journaling. So it should, I mean, in a perfect world, it should be both good on Amazon and on Google. Like on Publisher Rocket and on Google, which it shows you here. But for the book part, writing the book, I think, people who go and search things on Amazon are there to like actually buy the stuff. Like they're prepared to buy a book on bullet journaling. So I would say it depends on.
What is she asking?
She says, so are we supposed to use both to figure it out?
Both what?
Publisher Rocket and
well,
Ubersuggest.
if you go on Ubersuggest, it's just going to tell you, yeah. But if you...
It depends on the content.
I mean, I'm still figuring this out, just to be honest, like fully honest. But to me, it seems more important for the Google search to be strong, because books will rank on Google search, but also you do want to use both.
This one doesn't have a ton of searches on Amazon, but it has a competitive score of 1 and it has 589 searches a month.
What is it?
Competitive or bullet journaling guide.
There you go.
So that's a really low competitive score. So Write that down.
That's a really low competitive score. So you might like choose a series title that would be more like a Google search, and a lot of it is just trial and error. But
I think if you're writing a blog post, you want to look at Google more. But if you're writing a book, a self-published book to go on Amazon, like people, you want to target those people who are prepared to buy a book on Amazon.
Right. But if they are like, how to do this, and they see a book and it's literally called exactly the thing that they just searched.
Yeah. They're gonna purchase
some
it.
Of those
yeah.
People are gonna click over.
So you want to look for phrases too. So what did we have? What is bullet journaling? Was one of them. Let's see what that.
See that one. That's not something people would search on Amazon.
You never know.
See, no, there's my pocket, and my stitching is
inside.
Nobody
searches that on Amazon.
Yeah. But what when you just put in bullet journaling, what?
Bullet. What is bullet journaling? Had a competitive score of 25 and less than 100 searches a month. So that's not a good one. It's too low. The competitive score is good, but there's not enough searches on Amazon for it. Let's see, but bullet journaling guide is good. So it has a competitive score of 1, which is good. You want this. So when you're looking on Publisher Rocket, I'm going to back up here. So you're going to open Publisher Rocket, and you want to look at the keyword searches here. And you're just going to type in, whatever the phrase or idea. It says type in a general idea or phrase, and Rocket will find keywords for your book. Usually I put ebook instead of book. I don't really know why, but I think it's because, most of the time you're trying to sell an ebook instead. So I don't know if it really makes a difference, but I always do ebook instead of book. And then you just analyze these keywords, and what you're looking for is a competitive score that's probably like below 30 is like what you're trying to aim for, wouldn't you say?
I think that he says below 40.
Below 40. And the higher the Amazon...
I think he says 45 even.
Yeah, the higher the Amazon searches, the better. It's the money thing, I think, is hard to... I don't know.
The money thing is, people look at it like, oh, look how much money it's making.
But it's because like one book could be
all that
in there.
means is that there's already a big, what you want is lots of searches, low competitive score, and actually not that much money being spent, because what that means is people are searching and they're not finding anything to buy.
Yeah. So lots of people are searching and there's not, they're not finding it.
It's really tempting to say, oh, look, there's the average book here is making $1,500 a month or whatever. What that means is that they're finding something to read. What is it?
This one is a competitive score of 13, and it has 473 searches in it.
Yeah, and what is it?
It's a bullet journal book. So bullet journal book.
Oh, but you can't use. Well, you can use it in your. You wouldn't use that as a keyword. You could use it in your title. Like you could call it the bullet journal book for writers.
Yes.
Or something like that.
So that 473 people are searching for bullet journal book.
That could be your omnibus.
Yep. Are searching for bullet journal book, and it has a competitive score of 13, which means that there's not a lot of competition for that. Right? It means that there's not as many books that are meeting the need of that.
Well, how much money is it making?
$1,224 a month.
So they're buying something, but maybe it's not exactly what they want.
Well, this one's good. Bullet Journal for Beginners has a competitive score of 10, and it has 309 Amazon searches a month. That one is a little high, but it's still like in the 40s, and it has a lot of searches. It's a competitive score of bullet journal free.
No, you're not going to put bullet journal free as your title.
As a keyword, I don't know.
No, you can't use free or book in your keywords.
never mind. Don't use that one.
And also, you don't want people who are searching for a free book anyway.
Yeah. Bullet Journal Ideas has a competitive score of 16 and it has 683 searches a month. That's a good one.
Oh, put junk. Oh, no. I'll look it up later. I was going to say look up Junk Journal Ideas. That has a really good.
The Bullet Journal Method. You could do Bullet Journal Method for Writers has a competitive score of 38 and it has 679 searches a month.
That might be the actual book by the actual author.
Let's see, competition. If you click competition, the Bullet Journal Method.
Is it Carol Ryder?
Ryder Carol. Yeah. Okay, so don't use that one.
That's the actual guy who developed the. You don't want to name your book like the exact same thing as his name. That's his book that he wrote.
Mm-hmm.
This is like floppy up. What's happening?
Let's see.
I'm gonna put it underneath here.
Now we're just getting into people who are looking for bullet journaling supplies, which is not quite what you want. Bullet journal quotes. No, not that many people.
How about Junk Journal Ideas? That one has a really good Google score I found out today.
Junk Journal
Ideas. Are you on Publisher Box?
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good score on.
Ooh, not on here. It has a competitive score of 13 and less than 100 searches.
Oh, you looked up Junk Journal?
Yeah, I did.
Has a really good score on Amazon.
Yeah. What is this? Is there like another name for junk journaling?
Smash Book. Oh my goodness.
Thick needles.
It is. Well, it's not a needle, it's an olive. This is a thick book. Man, it's not usually that hard to get through.
Smashbooks is not good either.
Yeah.
Like, what are people? Maybe book crafts.
I don't know, but it's something like 7,000 people search for junk journals on Google, and Junk Journal Ideas had like 2,000 or close to it.
Yeah. So if you have found a word that has a really good score on Google but not as good on Amazon, like that might balance itself out.
Paper crafting.
I was looking at book crafting, like book art. Let's look book art because that's like a thing.
It is, but it's usually like folding the pages or something.
No, not necessarily. You could do art journaling. Let's try art journaling. Oh, wait. Book art has 1,109 searches a month and it has a competitive score of 45. Oh, wait, I did that wrong.
That was hard. What did you do wrong?
I didn't put that I wanted it to be an ebook.
Well, maybe for these it would be better to look for books. I don't know.
People are not searching for art journaling, which is kind of surprising. Although art journaling for beginners has a competitive score of 10 and it has 443 searches on Amazon.
I don't even do art journaling.
But I mean, that's what.
This is not art journaling. This is making art
journaling
is like
part of the art journaling world.
Okay, well maybe, but it's like making the base of an art journal, not doing.
Art journaling kit has a competitive score of 1 and it has 3,322 searches.
Art journaling kit? Gee. What can we do with that?
I don't know, but that's pretty
How
cool.
How to make your own art journaling kit? Wait, write that one down. That's one we should
make a note.
At least explore.
That's a really good one. You want the lowest competitive score.
How much money
possible?
Like
$1,810.
Yeah, so relative to how many people are searching, it's actually a pretty low. But also, I bet when people are finding what they want, they're actually buying a kit.
Yeah, and they want something that they're gonna.
No, but I bet you because nobody's written a book about how to. I've been buying these junk journal kits.
You could do one about how to thrift the stuff, like how to find ideas for finding stuff for your art
You
journal.
should look up on art journal kit on Uber Suggest. So I've been buying these art. Well, they're not art journal kits; they're junk journal kits. That was much easier to get through. That's nice. From a YouTuber that I follow and really like named Rosemary Morris. Her Etsy store is called The Rusty Peacock. And I've been thinking, like, because I've been watching her videos, like her old past videos, and it's been making me sad because I missed out on a bunch of her past kits, right? She does these things, she calls them caboodles, and you can buy them on Etsy, and it's like she sends you a box and it's full of all the stuff you need to make
Not as good.
several. What is it on there?
44 and only 100 searches.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What about just art journal?
No. Well, I don't know. That's it. 56 and 9,900
Well, when you
searches.
look at the keys, the other searches, is there anything that is pretty good? I wonder if people are...
Ideas for an art journal has a search difficulty of 20 and it has 1,600
But look
searches.
up junk journal. It does much better on Google. So maybe I could put art journal as the series title. Oh, and sewed together much easier at least.
No. Nobody's looking for junk journal.
Here they are. Junk journal. I found it had 6,000. Are you on Uber Suggest?
Oh, 6,000 and a score of 43.
Yeah. So it is a high, but only a little. It's like less than 5 points above where it would be. It's not high. It's like yellow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you say nobody searched?
It could be because I was on the related tab, and that one does not have good.
I wonder if anybody looks up junk journal kit.
That's a difficulty score of 44, and it has a volume of 260. What is a junk journal? Has an SEO difficulty of 34 and a volume of 880.
Well, what I noticed when I went and looked at what's actually available on Amazon is that there's not very much that is like, this is going to be my project for the self-publishing short fiction, nonfiction workshop, because what I noticed is that there's not very many books out there, like at all, that are for people that are like if you look up eco printing, I don't know what the search score is, but when you look it up actually on Amazon, you get like one book or two books, and they're like $30, and there's no ebook.
It has 1,000 searches and an SEO difficulty of 33 on Google.
Yeah, so I think I could do one about eco printing, because there's just whatever competition there might be on on Amazon, it's not very good. It's not very hard competition, because there's I don't know why they're so expensive, but there's like 3 books and they're like $30.
Well, I wonder though, if that field, would somebody rather watch a YouTube video about how to do it than read a book about how to do it?
I don't know, go and look it up. But some people might also be like, oh good, I can just also get these instructions that are going to tell me how to do this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm kind of wishing I didn't put more pages in these because they're not laying very flat. But I'm going to try squishing them.
It does not have a good score on Amazon. It has a competitive score of 1, but less than 100 searches.
What was that for?
Eco printing.
Oh, eco printing. How about eco? Did you do it 2 words?
Mm-hmm.
How about eco dyeing? There, don't forget there's an E in there.
No.
How about paper crafting? Anybody in the chat wanting us to do
No.
Are we alone now?
No, I think there's 4 people.
Oh, there's still on. Hello, 4 people who are so quiet. Oh
No,
my God. I'm probably doing all this
it's not
research
good.
and then somebody's just gonna go write my book.
Well, we're not finding good keywords, so.
We will though. The keywords are always there. You just have to keep searching. Because there's too many people who want to do it.
I'm gonna go back to.
Oh, go back to doing Georgia O'Keeffe.
Well, I was looking for. Oh, Bonnie's still here. Hi, Bonnie.
Do you want us to search them?
Mm-hmm. No, she just said I'm still here.
Oh, hi, Bonnie. Are you?
Ooh, owie.
Are you? I poked myself. Are you? I'm okay. Are you what? I startled myself. Are you writing some haiku, Bonnie?
I want to know what she's gonna do with all those haikus.
Me too.
She's got to be piling up now.
She's got to have written 100 of them. Just more items.
And Katie says, me too. Now you have to tell us, Bonnie, what are you doing with all your haikus? And Leilani wants to know. Everyone here wants to know.
Inquiring minds, Bonnie. Oh, I'm running out of book buying. I'm running out of thread. So I use it 3 times the length of
Not right now. Killing. I had my photo shoot today.
What?
Photo
Is that for
shoot.
your book
That
cover
sounds
picture?
fancy.
Is it your book cover picture, Bonnie?
But what are you doing with all those haikus?
What are you doing? Come on, right through. Just go through. Go through. Oh my God.
I know. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Let's see. I'm gonna look up Shelby Morin.
The Georgia O'Keeffe. Oh, it's too
Oh,
high.
well, no, I'm searching. I was working on author branding kit, and I got distracted. Bless you, bless you. So she says headshots for a book cover and social media stuff. She is doing something.
Oh my gosh. Is Terry Demons here? I wish Terry Demons was here.
I don't think so.
Terry is, I think, I've been seeing her on Facebook, and I think she's going to try Kindle Bella.
That'll be good for her.
If you're a Ninja Writers Facebook, you should go look up her posts and join her Facebook group her email list. She's writing steampunk fantasy, and she's in my workshop. And I'm just telling you, like, you heard it here first. Terry Demons is going to take over the world with her fiction.
You definitely want to follow her stuff.
It is so good.
Very good.
Just remember,
we are Terry Demon's biggest fans.
Yeah.
We're her fan club.
Is so good. Her story is just so strong. I mean, her voice, that's what I was thinking of. Her voice is incredible when she's writing. Like, I would know it was her story from anywhere. Even if it didn't say it, I'd be like, that's not what Terry Demons.
Bonnie says, Flower Haiku will be a book, probably, and a journal workbook.
Ooh,
That's fun.
that is fun. You know, there's a market on Amazon for they call it what do they call it? It's like books that don't have any words. It's like journals and notebooks, and where you just design the cover and maybe like worksheets or something on the inside. There's a word for it, and now it's escaping me, but
Shelby Marin has a cute website too.
I don't remember what it's called. But like we could come up with a Fred, and it would be one of these kind of books. It would be like calendars and
she misspelled workbook and she spelled it wookbook.
Workbook.
I would buy a wookbook.
I would too.
Only if it has a Wookiee on the cover though, and it's fuzzy. It'd have to be fuzzy. If it's not fuzzy, we were talking about this the other day. Somebody talked about having a Wookiee Snuggie, but the Snuggie was not like furry. And I was like, that is the biggest missed opportunity I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, I got all three lines. Okay. Make my pocket. Make sure I've got the front of my book.
Bonnie says she's been up since 2:30 a.m. Oh my goodness.
How many haiku did you write today, Bonnie?
Yeah.
That is not waking up time.
No. We like our sleep here.
Yeah. I used to be much more of a night owl than I am now, though.
I'm a bacon.
I mean, not a night owl. I used to be much more of a morning person than I am now.
No, I feel like the nighttime is the only time that I can relax enough to do the stuff that I want to work on
I think
and not feel bad like I need to do every other thing in the world. So
that's the filing cabinet in the top drawer.
I always have a hard time falling asleep at night sometimes because it's like my only time that I can read and I want to keep reading, or it's my only time that I can
not fall asleep,
binge watch my favorite TV show, or like, you know, well, sometimes, most of the time I fall asleep while I'm doing whatever I'm doing there. But sometimes, like, I would say, depending on how like stressed I am, I feel like it'll be like the only time where I'm like don't feel super stressed, and so I'll want to like relish in that. And it makes me not want to go to bed because then I know that the morning's gonna come. Well, I'm fine. I like the morning, but I like to have it's just like all the things that I can do, and I want to like do all of them all at one time. I don't know. Sometimes I would rather like stay up and do all the things.
That was a little bit heartbreaking.
And sometimes, oh well, that's anxiety for me. Got a little dark.
Okay.
I need to plug in my Bonnie says she wrote no haiku. She got her website up. An SSL issue resolved. A 5:30 a.m. bubble bath and a nap. Then hair, makeup, photo shoot, dinner, and now catching up on emails. But I planned for today to be a no write day. Well, you sure got a whole lot done in your no write day.
Also, that is very planned out.
Very.
I
need to plug in. My phone. Is there an extension cord from where we meet?
One by me.
Can you plug that in for me?
Okay, I'm gonna work on my cover, guys.
Is it on the floor? Oh.
I'm gonna work on my cover.
Thank you. Well, you could probably put that on the floor. It's pretty.
Adrienne, can you tell me that mat so I have a big bowl on the table?
Yes. I'm gonna go get a drink. Would you like?
Oh
a
yeah,
drink?
I would. And also, can you get me like a cutting board?
my garden?
Yes.
Show the
I do
people
want to
your
see your
garden.
garden.
They
I
all
want
wanna
you
see
to
your
be working on
garden,
your
too.
garden.
It's just basically show them your garden.
Show them your garden. Ruby's doing.
But I'm almost
Katie
done. I have
Michelson
some-
is on there, and Katie Michelson loves the garden.
Hold on, I have a few more things I have to do, and I'll be done.
Okay, so I'm going to make a new cover or a new spine for this book because This cover is just too delicate. It's not going to, the cover itself is in good condition. The spine is just a little too delicate. It's not going to hold up to what I need it to hold up to. Ruby, I'm going to make you go up one more time. I'm sorry. I don't have the elastic to string this with. It's up there on top of it next to my bed. I did not do a good job here. I'm making Ruby be my runner.
Press down.
Oh, you didn't get me a cutting board, so I don't put it on the table.
I'm working. What do you want?
A cutting board and my
board?
cutting board.
Okay, I got what you're cutting.
No, a cutting board so I don't get glue on the table. I'm just going to put it here.
Another cutting board. I'll go upstairs.
Thank you. The elastic for the, you know, I think it's just on the next to my bed. It's like colorful elastic. Oh, I'm going to clean these a little bit. These are dried out. She was not lying. In the hutch. In the hutch, Adrienne. On the bottom. I think I'm gonna have to. It's dried out and they're not working. Really quick.
Oh,
Here. Just a little damp because there's no, it's like, oh wait, never mind. I'll just use this water.
That's not really thick tissue.
It's not a tissue. It's a baby wipe.
Oh.
But they dried out. So I'm just going to use a little water to re-dampen. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to see if I can get this cleaned up. All that grime from 1948 or whatever year this was. No, I don't remember, but I think it was said 1948. Or no, 52. It was 1952.
Okay.
I'm going to clean it a little. It's not too bad. It's got like a coating on it. I don't know if you can tell, it's like coming off a little bit there, but that's okay because I'm going to cover the edge of the spine. What are you doing now?
I'm researching
Ooh, the front cover is much dirtier.
high fantasy. I guess romance. I think these are all romance.
Well, look up C.L. Wilson. She's
well, I
one.
have.
That's what she
Why
writes.
is my phone?
Computer is coming unplugged. It's about to die. I have right now Shelby Marin, who writes Serpent and Dove, and her website's super cute. I have Jennifer Armentrout, who writes what is that? What is that series? Blood and Ash, something like that. Bones and Ash. And Blood and Ash. It's the Blood and Ash series. And Sarah J. Moss, who writes A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yes.
Okay.
So
That's
like
probably enough, right?
probably.
See,
I'm
you can
looking.
look up C.L. Wilson, but they're not.
I'm looking at like new adult. I think.
They are. I would call them. I mean, the main character is
Wow.
very young. Oh, what's happening there? The main character is very young.
Okay. What's her name? C.L.
I think it's C.L. Wilson, and it's like it's like the queen of something and something, crystalline. I can't remember, but it's like and the king of this and that, and
Maybe. Might be a little
you see
too like not dark enough.
I mean, it's got like war and
Covers don't look like they have war. The Winter King.
Yeah, but they're
the Sea
romance
King.
books. You could tell by the covers, if nothing else. Okay, so those cleaned up pretty nicely. You know, it's got a little wear, but I don't think that bothers me. I could use some book tape there, but I don't think I'm going to.
Maybe. I think this might be a little too not quite fit in with the
like
other
it
ones.
a little worn. What do you think?
I like it. I think it's cute.
Yeah, it's cute, huh? So this is gonna go like this. I think I'm gonna give it, my favorite spine width is 1.5 inches. So I'm gonna use a piece of really hope it's in here.
I'm gonna look at These Violent Delights. That one's a big one right now.
These one?
It's called These Violent Delights. This like kind of darker fantasy romance is super in right now.
I was gonna use Shifor, but I think it's just wide enough.
And also, like all of these books that I'm looking at, like Serpent and Dove, These Violent Delights, Court of Thorns and Roses, like all of them, the main character is like 18 or 19 years old, which is very interesting to me because these are all very big, traditionally published books. And it means that new adult is working its way into
fantasy.
Traditional publishing, which it is not.
It's been.
I don't think so though. I feel like every time I like they don't like the term new adult because it's like there's not a place in a bookstore for it, but there must be now. Well, I think when you go and I know. I think when I'll talk about it when she gets back. I know.
Little baby peach trees.
Mm-hmm.
We'll grow up and not be babies.
I needed a piece of chipboard.
Next time I'm right after.
No,
in a bookstore, these books would probably I feel like they would be found under YA.
Yeah.
But they're not YA.
Yeah. They have to be somewhere.
Well, I know, but I feel like that means that new adult books is on the rise, at least in fantasy, traditionally published fantasy. Readers are demanding it, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
Because you can be a little darker, I feel like, with.
Be pretty dark, even with middle grade. We're in middle grade where kids are like chasing their dad into finding him in prison and stuff.
I feel like this is not fantasy. This might be, I don't know. This says it's like Serpent and Dove, but it's set in 1926 Shanghai, which I feel like would make it more urban fantasy because it's not set in like its own world. Would you say?
Well, it depends on if there's magic. Oh, I wouldn't call it high fantasy.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite what I'm looking for.
I would call it, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to know the story, but
yeah,
probably closer to
maybe Holly Black would be a good one.
Yeah.
Let's look at her.
So that way.
Wait.
And then I'm going to do a 1.5 inch. I like a 1.5 or a 2 inch spine. I don't like my book to be. Actually, I'm going to do a 2 inch one first and see because I can always cut more, but you can't really go undo the cut, you know?
Oh yeah, she writes about fairies. She totally fits in here. Holly Black is a good one.
Yeah. But are they new adult?
Yeah.
Who is this for?
It's not really for anybody. looking for fantasy romance because that is what
You're just doing
it was on there. But now I think I'm just looking at. I don't know if this is going to fit for Margaret. Maybe though. I don't know. I have to hear more of her story. I'm just kind of making it now.
So, looking too quick.
No. Ooh.
I think I will. I'm just gonna go
They
ahead
have fun logos. This one's going to be fun. This niche.
Get down.
This like high fantasy romance niche.
So what do you think they created this? Look at this roll of fabric. I got it for 99 cents at the thrift store. And I was like, I saw it there for months or weeks at least. And I kept not getting it. And then I was finally like, okay, fine, I have to get it. Because it was on there. It was like their clearance sale day. This is going to be too narrow. I have to make it 1.5 inches. And I'm like, why in the world would they make a roll of fabric so narrow? Do you think it's maybe for quilting or something? Probably. I don't know. Katie Nicholson.
Or for like blanket binding or like is it like for
it's like cotton. It almost feels it's very it's cotton and it almost feels like a flour sack kind of cotton.
But I wonder if it's supposed to go like, like a blanket binder.
Maybe it's pink, the whole thing, and it's got to be like 100 yards. I mean, I don't know.
Did you find that at a thrift
It's
store?
packed. It was at Goodwill, but I don't know. Like, I can't imagine what it's going to take me the whole rest of my life to find enough things to make out of that.
I'm trying to convince Shaunta that we need to go to Pittsburgh this weekend because I found out that Goodwill has a bookstore in Pittsburgh.
And there's an anthropology.
Oh, there's like a big where when they're done with the store Anthropology is like done with their stuff on their showroom, like their displays and stuff. And when they have stuff that they just really can't sell or it's been a little chipped or something like that, they have this one store in Pittsburgh where they send all that stuff to, and it's like 70% off. And I really want to go. So I am redecorating or more like decorating my bedroom because I have not decorated the rest of my house and my bedroom has been kind of neglected. I think he's stuck, Ruby. I think you might want to help him out. Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
here's what I'm doing. I've got this strip. I mean, this fabric. I'm sad a little. It's not like pieced together, so that there might be more than just this design. Because like, how many books am I going to want to bind with this particular design?
I don't know.
But because it's perfect for a 1.5 inch binding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this in here. Like, I mean, it's already pink and everything. It's like totally perfect. I'm going to glue this like this, and then I'm going to glue it up here like this. And then, trim it. And then I will have a new binding, but did she find
I have no clue, but
He's going. No, I think he's
What did
playing with
you have?
something.
oh my goodness. What is
Well,
it?
get it.
Don't know what he's playing with. I can't.
Well, go get it. Because he's making noise. Okay, as long as it's not a mouse, I think we're good.
This cat is a weirdo.
Little hunter.
They have one of those like robot vacuum things, and he likes to play with the little brushes under it. So he'll like kick it away from its charger, so it starts going, and then like it'll go back. It'll go back to its spot after, and he will sit there and do that for hours.
So I'm using Fabric glue, which is a really tacky glue, and it works very well with fabric. And I'm just going to glue this down here first, right in the middle. Oh, I have to write my second post-it. I have to finish reading my first one through.
You do.
Oh man,
This is like
I'm scared.
dark fantasy, I think, is what this genre is. Oh, Leilani says, when are you going to do a live stream of your planning? You totally got me hooked on
Friday.
YouTube planning videos.
So we'll do it on Friday, we'll do it on Friday after the call. We're gonna try to get our Freds and stuff up by Thursday, so you guys can have them printed out for me.
Yeah.
So we're gonna on Friday after the writing live stream, we're gonna stay on and do our planning, and then we are going to for May. The problem, I guess I could do live streams of those, because the problem with it's so much easier than doing recorded videos.
Yeah, see, this is interesting because on Goodreads, A Court of Thorns and Roses is categorized as a young adult, also a new adult, but it's categorized as a young adult too, and it's not a young adult.
The main character's 18.
19.
Pretty close.
It is, but it would not but not at the same time. I don't know. That's a pretty big difference, I think, in publishing.
Mm-hmm. So I want that to stick really nice. I don't have as much of a leeway here as I would like.
So you could have spicier scenes if the character is 19 or 18. I don't know. I think even, what is 18? Is that young adult? I feel like that's like writing for kids that are 13. Like you're not supposed, isn't it? Didn't she say like writing characters who are, having books and where your main character is 18 is like writing a book where a middle grade where your main character is 13. It's like a no man's land mid.
Oh, I outside of high school is a no man's land.
Yeah.
I always want to write in that year between high school and middle school, like the summer before you start high school, because to me, that's like I don't know, it's like a magical little fairy year or fairy summer or something where you're still a kid, but you're not age. Yeah, but like you cannot sell a book in that age range. It's like nuts.
Yeah.
Which just had a little more overhang, but it does not, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Oh, Shadow and Bone. I heard that that's really good, and they made I think an Amazon TV show out of it that's coming out soon. I have to add that one to my reading list.
Mm-hmm.
This is the House of Ninth. Didn't you read that one?
House of Ninth?
Oh, the Ninth House? I feel like you. Lee Bardugo?
Oh, like an Italian name?
Bardugo. I don't know if it's
I don't know. I don't know if I read them or not.
Ninth House. I feel like maybe it was more. I've heard of. She's got lots of popular books. She definitely fits this niche. Ooh, I'm excited for this one. This author branding kit. It's going to be fun.
No, I did not cut that very
Shadow
and better Bone. To tear fabric than to. I can't tear that direction. I don't have this little bitty strip, so. Let me cut it. Hope for the straightest.
Okay, who do I have here?
How many do you need?
I don't know. I find like 3 or 4. I have 4. Actually, I have 5. I have Sarah J. Maas, but hers is kind of boring for her. She's like the only one that doesn't really have a fun one. But
so, what is hers a little different?
It's just kind of plain.
But I mean, is her armor?
No, I mean, I think it fits. I think maybe it's maybe not as like. No, it's about Faye. I think I think she's one of those that maybe has gotten to the point where her name sells. She's pretty big. So, like, there's more emphasis on her name. Although, I mean, Holly Black is that big, and she's got a fun, maybe she just has not done good author branding. I don't know. But, I mean, she definitely fits in here, though. But everybody else has more fun. Sorry. More fun. Author branding.
Hey, get it out of here, Ollie Bear.
Okay. So I'm going to share what I have with you guys. So this is Lee Bardugo. She's got a really fun font, decorative font. And then I have, actually, I'm going to do this. This is going to be a little weird for a second, but okay. Okay, good. Okay, can you make sure that looked good? I have Jennifer Armentrout. Her one is so cute. It's adorable.
That's the one with the glasses.
Yeah. And then I have Lee Bardugo, Holly Black. Oh, is he doing it?
Oh my God, Ollie. Holly just turned on the vacuum.
You joined the party.
Look at him.
Oh my God, Ollie, go away. Cat is nuts.
I know he's nuts.
He's a mouser.
He is a mouser.
And I
Go
have
get the mice then.
Shelby Marin, who wrote Serpent and Dove, which is a really great book if you haven't read it. Oh my goodness.
It has a little brush that
I
comes
know.
out like on the side, and he thinks it's a mouse tail. I'm telling you. Look at him. Oh. Oh my God. Ollie. Oh my God.
No, it's the bag is going over it.
Well, now it's not even going back in. It's gonna vacuum. Every time you make this thing stop. It's
This
totally
cat is
vacuuming the dining room.
causing chaos over here.
Just trying to get back.
And he's very proud of himself.
Oh my God.
He's coming back over.
That is insane. Weird. That cat should be internet famous for
Oh,
turning on the vacuum.
he just like throat cut Ruby. Like punched her in the throat.
Jeez, Ollie. Are you okay?
Oh,
Okay. That was dramatic.
He does it to me all the time, so.
Shelby Marin, and then boring Sarah J. Maas, who should totally have a more fun website.
Didn't do anything.
I really like Jennifer Armentrout. It's super cute.
Yeah. Ollie.
It's got this.
my.
Oh my
I'm
God.
finished with my garden.
Cat is
And my
nuts.
trees are gonna be over here.
Pretty.
Okay, so I'm gonna do right there.
Okay.
Right
I want to see. Jennifer Armentrout uses a decorative font in her logo and sans serif fonts for her body text and some for her header. But her header right here actually is a serif because it's got the little feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting. And actually, these are technically romance. So
Why do you think they're technically romance?
well, I mean, I just feel like the fantasy part of it is bigger. I don't know how do you tell when
Have
it
you
becomes
read the
more when it becomes more
You have read the books?
well, I have not read this specific book, but most of them here I've read. Like, how do you tell when something becomes like more
So the
fantasy
plot
than
points.
romance.
Tell me what. So, okay. So if I was going to tell you what C.L. Lewis is, C.L.
Her cover looks
book,
more romance.
But if I told you, if I was going to tell you what is her book about, I would say it's about a peasant girl and like an elf king falls in love with her and he comes to get her and whatever. That's what her book is about. It's a definitely like that's a romance. Yeah. If you told me what Sarah J. Maas's book is about.
I have not finished reading that one, but so Serpent and Dove, that one I finished not too long ago, and that one is about a like a witch and a witch hunter. So
a witch and a witch hunter. Say more.
Who like end up falling in love. So it is a romance,
and that is how you would recommend, how you would describe.
Yeah, it's like a forbidden love trope.
Okay, if that's how. So talk about one of the other ones.
I don't know.
That book you're reading right now that you really like.
That one is also a forbidden love trope.
Tell me the story.
So it's about it's like set at a magic school that is like turning against it's turning against its students, and it's about the girl who is the main character is kind of like she's like the stereotypical, like if this were written in the point of view of like the hero, she would have been the villain. But it's written in her perspective, and she's like, so, kind of sympathizing with the villain, and you're getting to like know, she's kind of a misunderstood villain. And it is about, it's about her.
Which color should I use for mine?
I like the black.
Black or brown?
Black. It's about like it's definitely, I don't know, I haven't gotten to like if it's a romance yet, but or love story, but there's definitely like it focuses on the dynamic between her and this character who's like the Harry Potter character, like he is like destined to save the whole world type of character, hero. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it is turning into a romance.
Okay. So those are romances. So if I was going to tell you what my book Poet is about, like tell me what my book Poet is about.
Oh, I haven't read the whole thing yet. You haven't sent it to me. Read. So it's about a girl who is living in an institution like setting and is supposed to be married off.
Right. Well, every 20-year-old in her community.
Yeah. And she runs away, or this guy helps her run away. Yeah, she's trying to escape, and she ends up finding these. Is it like 5 guys? 4 guys?
No, but she doesn't find them.
Well, one of them finds her and like helps her out.
Why does he help her? Do you remember?
Because she's got the fever mark.
Yeah. So when you start to talk about that one, even though I consider it a romance and it will be marketed semi-romance, what you're talking about is the non-romantic plot. So my plot points are actually about the other parts of the story.
But it would still be considered a romance, right?
It's a reverse harem, so it's like in the romance realm.
Yeah.
But it's
man, you guys.
But that's
why so confusing.
It is, but oh my god, ooh. Sorry. That's why I need to get a needle with like a larger. This elastic just barely fits in there. That's why my cover, and if you look up any reverse harem cover, it's not super romancy. It generally only has. It's not like.
Well, so the reason why I didn't think that C.L. Wilson fits in with these authors here is because every single one of these authors, their covers are very typography. Like there's no people on them. They're like this. Like they all look similar to this, where they're typography
Oh
heavy.
yeah, hers doesn't fit.
Yeah, it doesn't fit at all. It's not, so they're romance, like the stories are have a romance in them, but I don't know.
Well, they don't have romance covers.
Well, they have covers that fit the genre.
They have covers that fit that genre, but then that genre may not be romance. That's what I'm saying.
Or it might be a type of romance that has this kind of cover instead.
What is that?
I think it's like fantasy romance. Let's look and see.
No. C.L. Wilson writes fantasy romance.
Maybe dark fantasy romance. Let's try that.
I mean, that's what C.L. Wilson writes.
Her covers do not look like dark fantasy. They look like cutesy, like princesses.
I mean, they're about like an elf king who burned down the world. And oh, come on, baby! I gotta make this whole bigger.
So when you look up fantasy romance, all of these authors that I've pulled out here are like dominating the bestsellers page for fantasy romance.
Mm-hmm.
But it also says
fantasy?
Diana Gabaldon is fantasy romance, and maybe.
I would call her historical.
Yeah.
Ooh, she has a new book coming out in November.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so freaking excited.
Maybe I need to finally actually finish reading the first Outlander book.
You would
I always
reading the rest of it. You would definitely have a lot of reading to do before.
I would. That would be long. I liked the series, but I feel like the book, I had a hard time getting into it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get past the first couple chapters.
I don't know why.
Well, I think I always tried to read it when I was in school, and it's just very dense. Like, I think it might have been too heavy of a book for my mind frame at the moment.
I cut this way.
So, okay. So when I look at the fantasy romance bestsellers on Amazon, they either have typography centered, like even Nora Roberts, like The Awakening, which is like a dragon story. So, fantasy, probably a romance because it's Nora Roberts. I don't imagine like she would publish anything that did not have a romance in it. And it's just typography, like similar. So, or it just has one character on the front, like one person, either a woman or a man. It's kind of split.
In my brief that I had to do today for my cover, they asked me to tell them other authors in my genre so they could go look.
Yeah. Well, if I was, writing something, I don't know, if I was Sarah J. Maas and I was like, what other other books in my genre or authors, it would be these authors. So it's definitely a genre. I just don't know if it's like, I think it's fantasy romance, but there's like a subsect in fantasy romance that's like high fantasy romance with like fae and witches and other worlds and things like that.
Okay.
Bless you. We've been on here for 2.5 hours.
Do we still have
5 people?
I'm almost done with my book, but I'm struggling. I might need to look up how to string a 3-string. I've only done 2 before. Or I've done 2 or 4. But I did something wrong.
Okay.
I don't want to unstring my
Oliver. Will attack that.
All right. Kirby, you're a math person. How do I do this?
Sarah J. Maas
I'm a what?
has
You think?
mostly sans serif and some serif.
Okay.
Shelby Marin has a decorative font
So up one, down one.
and a serif font and serif. So all throughout she uses serif. Except for right here. That's a sans serif. It's like a little pop of sans serif. Holly Black uses a decorative and a sans serif and a serif.
Okay.
See, Holly Black stuff definitely fits into the romance category.
Okay.
I feel like she always has a romance that's like front and center.
It can be a very strong romantic subplot, and it's still not a romance. If like the story has to be about the romance.
Well, I mean, if those are the two main characters and they have a romance, doesn't that make that the main plot?
No, it's a story about how they meet and how they get broken up from each other and how they. There's no only way to do this is to have two layers in the middle. Okay. Ooh, too tight. Too tight. Reverse.
Okay. Lee Bardugo.
Lee Bardugo. What a name.
I know.
Bardugo. How do you spell Bardugo?
Bardugo.
Bardugo.
Mm-hmm.
That is her name. Okay. I've got this strung up. That's the best I'm going to be able to do. Usually this would be in the middle, but it's all right. Let's do it on the side. Not okay.
She has a decorative and a serif font.
What about their colors?
Well, all of them are very dark and moody, except for Jennifer Armentrout she's got like teal and black and a little bit of gold, but like her website background is like a very, very light blue and white. So, and Shelby Marin uses like different kinds of shades of tan and black and a white. And then
I'm really glad actually that this is pretty narrow because it didn't cover the title at all. I'm done.
You're done?
Yeah. Let me see. Let's string my.
I think I'm done researching this too. Now I'm just ready to make it.
Yeah. I think that means you guys can finally get off YouTube for tonight.
Oh,
Wait,
I'm gonna get rid of this.
Show people. Just finished. So now these can be strung in here. It will hold 3. And if these get so big and fat and full that it's like the book won't stay closed, then I can take some out. I've got one more little thing to do here. So that's the book. See, I'm glad I put more pages in there after all because it would have been like super empty. But I'm going to do one more thing here. Hang tight. I need to one more little thing. You like this one? I always think I'm going to sell this one in my Etsy store, and then I'm like, but then I can't have it anymore. So 3.5, 7.5 and divided by 2 is 3.5, 3 3/4. 3 3/4. 7 is 3.5, and then another quarter.
3 3/4, yeah.
Are you making art
Maybe.
on
Maybe I'm.
Animal Farm or whatever. What do you call that game?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Making my island.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here, right in the middle. Oh. And I unstrung my. That's not long enough. I unstrung my needle, and this stinking needle is just a tiny bit too narrow for this. I need one with a fatter hole. It's so hard for me to get this through here. It feels like triumph when I finally do have to cut it at a weird angle, and that was too much. So I can try to string it through there. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, any last questions? I think we are almost done here tonight. So I'm tired. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. It's like 10:30. But I need a notebook.
Some of you who were here at our write-in in the morning were with us to start the day and to end the day.
Well, I would love to know in the chat if you guys, like if I have so many book covers. If I made these kind of traveler's notebook covers, is that something that you'd be interested in on my Etsy store? Let me know in the chat. Like literary traveler's notebook. I have a zillion in there. Next time we do a live, I'm gonna make a plot book.
Yes, that was so cute.
Oh my god, I cannot thread this.
I don't like string.
Go in.
String projects are frustrating.
Oh, I was like, you don't like string.
No, art projects. So I hate working with it. It's not
I don't
fun.
mind working with it, but this needle doesn't. This is my thickest, like my biggest needle, and it's just too narrow for this elastic, and so it has to go in just right, and it barely fits in. It drives me crazy. I can't get it. Sometimes it just goes right in. Any last questions?
No.
Right,
I think we're done. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Bonnie says, if the price was right, yes. Of course.
The price was right. Okay. Yeah. Well, the good thing about these is if I make them, I have like a giant, oh my God, that's it. I am getting new needles. It will not go in there. I have a giant paper cutter. Like it will cut a ream of paper all at once because I have it for my other notebooks that I make. I can cut. So like this is a B6 size notebook, right? I made notebooks for it, but you could put any B6 size in there. That's a standard. There. Oh, come on. That's a B6 size. A B6 is a standard size notebook. So like this would hold a B6 Stalogy, which is a really popular B6 size notebook. It's the one I use for my planning. I could put my my planner in here. It would fit because it's a standard size. So you wouldn't have to use like these journals that I bought. Like these journals that I made here, they are more like art journals. Like they're not going to be super great. They're not going to be super fantastic for like writing in, right? You could do some writing in them, but mostly they're going to be glue books or like for gluing in your daily ephemera or whatever.
Mm-hmm. You could write your haikus in there.
You could totally write. They would probably just about fit a haiku.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I wish I did not unthread this because I forgot that I go through. Come through. Oh my God, I cannot.
I think
I can't.
Might need a new piece of string.
I can't. No, I keep cutting it. It's not the string. It's the needle. It's too small. But I mean, I just have the stupid thing threaded.
Katie says she makes this stuff on her own,
Yeah.
but she thinks that yours would sell well.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Maybe. My other notebooks sell pretty well. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I like making notebooks, but I do not like threading this needle. Like, this is one of the stupidest things I've ever done in my life.
All right. Well, I think
I really want to go in. Just go in. I really want to show them how to do. So what you're gonna, I can't do it. But what you're gonna, I can't get my needle to thread, and like it's making me. It's making me anxious. It's making it worse. But what you're gonna do is, I've got a hole right here in the center, and I'm going to, thread a loop through there so that I can keep my book closed if I ever get this needle threaded.
Your needle is like all
sweaty, probably from.
I can like hold it with
How many grind scrolls does it take to thread a needle with a piece of elastic that's too thick?
A lot, apparently.
I wonder if I can just. I almost wish I could just thread it through there. I could probably get one side through, but not both.
Maybe if you just like.
Wait, let me.
Oh, cat! Wait, no, come and get your cat first.
It's not doing anything.
Yes,
Oh, Leilani says that she made a leather one, but she didn't realize that there was a way to do this with elastic.
Yeah, if you do it with elastic, then you can, obviously keep reusing the book.
Probably do it with leather too. Keep reusing it.
Oh yeah, but you mean she's strong? I thought she meant she made a leather cover.
She just says she made a leather one.
I think she means a binding one. Because another thing, oh, there we go. I got a good angle. Another thing you can do is just like how I sewed these books, you can sew them right into the book, but then they're sewn in there, right?
Good cat, Ruby. Oh my God, he jumped on top of it.
Oh my God. He thinks there's a mouse in there. That cat is ridiculous.
You guys.
The cat is like, Ruby.
I can't. What do you want me to do? I can't do anything. Because if I take him away, he's just gonna go back and play with it more.
Hold him.
Huh?
Hold him.
Oh my
No,
God.
he hates being
Go through there. Ah.
You got it? Good.
Okay, I'm going to show you really quick and then we're going to be done. So you go in from the inside through and then back through the same hole.
Oh.
You're going to go back through the same hole, which is going to be a tight fit. Okay. Whatever you do not pull that all the way out. I'm going to leave that threaded because, and then you want it to be, you don't want it to be too loose. You don't want it to be too tight. That's good. And I'm going to, I'm just going to be brave. All right. And then I'm going to tie this in a knot. Just like that. Let me check the length one more time. Yep, it's good. And I can trim this. So now I can put my books in here and my little notebook is finished. My little first journal.
Cute.
It turned out really cute. Showed the gens about the what I did with their Rose and Bloom book. They'll probably be like, oh my God, Rose and Bloom.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Rose and Bloom. Well, no, now instead of just sitting on the shelf.
You got to find something to do with what all those pages, though. The book, the inside of the book.
That's it.
Cute.
Look, oh, that goes right across your eyes though. That's all right. Cute though. See how cute that is? And look at the rose on the back. And if I changed my mind, like if I was like, oh, it goes right across her face, maybe I don't want black or whatever, then I could restring that with a different color pretty easy if I had a better needle that had a bigger hole. It would be really easy to restring this with a different
easy
color.
after about 20 minutes. Threaded needle.
So,
all right.
That's my junk journal for today. Thank you for watching. We will see you ladies later. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for your help with the niche research. You're welcome.
Yes.
Bonnie says you could use the inside for erasure poetry. You could.
Oh, some of it, yeah. If you ever have, so say like this kind of book where the inside, like the cover is really cool and I want to make like a notebook with it, but the inside is like, I don't know, not that interesting. These make really good, like if you were doing, I don't know if you guys know what glue booking is. It's like you just cut out pictures and glue them in. But this makes really good surface for like using your glue stick or whatever, so you don't make a mess, and then you can just tear off the page and throw it away.
All right, guys.
Alrighty, see you next time. Bye, ladies.
Bye.